Welcome back to another episode of the From Half Court Sports Talk Show with Darren and Rob. Today we're doing the Houston Texans. Um, Give me your first thoughts on the Houston Texans. Kind of recap from last year and what you think.
Okay, I'll start with last year. I saw something on this list that made me a little bit excited. Um, the Texans actually surprised me last year. I thought after the whole Deshaun Watson thing that they were pretty much in the dust. They found gold at with Davis Mills, and I think I might be the only person that think this. But he is nice. Davis Mills is nice. I think he debatably had the best rookie numbers last year. Um, I'll have to double check that. Um, Obviously, Trevor Lawrence struggled. Zach Wilson missed time and struggled. Mac Jones played good, but he was in a great system with a good running game. And Davis Mills' numbers were actually just very impressive to me for the time that he started playing to the end of the season. I'm pretty sure he played the whole time. That was just the gold in this team. That's the only thing I can honestly speak on that I was excited about when I watched this team.
Give me 2 seconds. Your shit was fucking up. Just put up two fingers and say yo.
Yeah, yo,
All right, bet. Yeah, man. I was actually very excited for this team last year, coming into the season. They had Tyrod Taylor at their quarterback. I thought he looked really good and dynamic. The first, I think I hurt like week 2 or something. I thought he looked really good last year. So it was pretty disappointing for me to see him go down because I thought they might have a chance to win a couple games because of him. I agree with you. I thought Davis Mills played really well for a rookie quarterback. We'll see this year if he's able to make a jump and see if he how much he got better, gets better through this season. Saying that though, I still don't think he has a lot to work with. I think he has a lot of good talent on his team, but I don't see the Houston Texans doing anything crazy this year. I think it'll be. I don't know. Do you remember how many games they won last year?
I don't off the top of my head, but I remember that. I remember when they beat the Chargers. That was a good ass week. That's
All right, so they won
not
about 4 games last year. I think they will.
all
I
three.
think they can improve to like 5 or 6. I think that would be a successful season, um, from an improvement standpoint.
Yeah.
But
Uh.
I don't think see anything significant happening like them making the playoffs or anything like that.
Mm, yeah,
I
they're
just
not gonna
found
make the
out
playoffs.
that they got Marlon Mack on the team. I was actually wondering where he was at because I didn't see him on the ND depth chart. I think that's actually really solid because I think all three of those guys were potential starting running backs for them. But once again, I don't see any huge jumps happening from this
I,
team.
I will say their depth is looking stupid for some reason. To me, it just looks stupid. Like you said, bro, Marlon Mack hasn't played in about 2, 3 years, but he's a solid running back when we last saw him. Like he is solid. Like he could be my running back on my team any day of the week. Rex Burkhead did a fucking phenomenal job last year at running back for them. Like we play fantasy football. I remember at least a couple weeks where nobody picked up Rex Burkhead and he actually went off. Um, I like Dare at the back of this on the fourth string running back. So I think they're stacked at running back. Receivers, they're also stacked. Brandon Cooks, Nico Collins, who had a good season last year. John Michie the third, coming from Bama. Uh, Dorsett. Um, and there was one more person there. Can you go back to the depth chart real quick for me? One more person, Chris Conley. But yeah, I think that receiving core is kind of solid. It's not obviously it's not what the Cardinals have with what Tampa Bay had or what the Rams had, but these are solid players, man. These are solid. This is talent. This is definitely talent around Davis Mills. And I like it. I like the fact that there's no superstar with this team. They're not expected to do anything, so I like the fact there's no superstar with this team.
So I'm not sure what John Michi's ACL injury looks like. They said he got hurt in January, so hopefully he should be able to play by the time the season starts. I think at the end of the season, we're going to be saying he's the superstar of this team. He's the guy that's going to jump off the page. He's going to have crazy good numbers. Maybe not Pro Bowl numbers yet, but I think they're going to start feeding him the ball and be like, "Whoa, this kid
At
got
some
something."
at some point, you're going to have to double team somebody on this team, and if you double team Michi, Cooks is going to get open. Brevin Jordan, that tight end, he is nice too.
I think you have to. I think if you have to double somebody, you double Cooks, and until Michi proves it, you you probably just keep on single coverage with the second best corner you got. Um, or you can even put the best corner on them and just double with the second and the safety or something like that. But I think until Michi proves it, you don't worry about him. But I think he's going to prove it, and he's going to prove it early.
With the way their schedule is set up, if he's playing the first 2 weeks, I think he definitely proves it by Jacksonville.
Definitely.
Oh, I'm sorry, I did not see that. I'm getting their schedule mixed up. I'm sorry.
Um, you got anything else you want to say about this roster before we move on?
The defense, obviously it's not a great defense, no superstardom all like that, but I am really excited to see Derek Stingley Jr. I didn't get to watch him a lot last year because LSU was not good last year. Um, I really can't remember back to Joe Burrow's season, miracle season, all like that. So I'm excited to see him definitely. He goes up against some receivers that is going to be interesting, right? Like he goes up against the rookie for the Titans. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Um, they go up against him. He's going to go up against Michael Pittman. He's going to draw that challenge versus those guys, and I want to see what he does because I think he he's nice. He's like he has potential to shut some of those guys down because the receivers are great. Uh, Christian Kirk, he's like he has the opportunity to do a number on these guys. He could make his name quicker than even Michi could probably make his name because of who he has to go up against.
So how should I say this? I'm not saying there's going to be growing pains with Derek Stingley Jr., but I don't think this is going to be his breakout season. I think he's going to look really good this season. I think his breakout season is this year 2 and 3. That's what he's going to make the jump and be like, whoa, he might be like a top 10, top 5 corner in the league, possibly.
Well, see, here's the thing with that. Patrick Surtain, would you say that this past season was his breakout season?
Yes. The best thing I heard about Patrick Surtain is he doesn't look like a rookie out there. He's always in the right spot at the right time.
But they still rank him as one of the not even top 10 corners for real. I was just looking at a list actually, and
Yeah,
they
but
didn't put him in top 10.
corner is a very deceptive position because and like the defensive backs in general, including safeties, is kind of deceptive. Just because you can't just look at stats, and a lot of those things and a lot of those rankings include stats. Um, I think a lot of people on from a stat standpoint put Diggs over Jalen Ramsey. People don't Joe Jalen Ramsey's way. They didn't stop throwing to Diggs till like halfway through the season, like week 8, week 9. That's when they say, okay, we're just not going to start keep throwing over there
They
because he
still
keeps getting
attack
these
this side.
picks. So
And
I think it's very deceptive. So I don't know if that's the best thing to go off of. I think you really have to go off tape for like corners and DBs and stuff like that.
I feel you with that. I agree. Tape is probably the best thing to watch, but I feel like when I watch Derek Stingley Jr. go up against the receivers that he's going to have to go up against in his division, specifically the Christian Kirks, the Michael Pittman Juniors, and that rookie that I can't remember his name for some reason. Um, I think he's going to do a good job versus them. I don't think Michael Porter Jr. is going to. He's not a great route runner as a receiver. I feel like you have to be great, not athletically, but up here in the way you move, like Hunter Renfro or Cooper Cup, to beat Derek Stingley Jr. I just don't see that in this division.
I really want to see him match up against Christian Kirk in that Trevor Lawrence matchup. I think that's going to be very, very interesting.
That one's gonna be a shit. I will say that. That's gonna be a shit.
All right, so let's look at their schedule. Um, let's go through their schedule real quick. Week 1 they face the Indianapolis Colts.
They're gonna lose to the Colts.
I agree. They're at Denver.
They're gonna lose to Denver.
I agree. They're at Chicago.
This one gives me the pause. Sheesh. I would say they're gonna beat Chicago.
Versus Los Angeles Chargers.
Wait, what you got them doing against Chicago? You didn't say nothing.
I think that's really a toss-up game, man. I'm gonna give Chicago the edge just because they're at home.
Okay. When we talk about Chicago, I can't wait to talk about Chicago. Okay. So you said week 4, Los Angeles.
Chargers, yes.
They're they're going to lose to the Chargers only because the Chargers got embarrassed by them last year. And that can't happen again.
Uh, yes, I agree. They lose to the Chargers. At Jacksonville.
They beat Jacksonville.
I have Jacksonville winning that game. They have a bye week, week 6, at Vegas.
We're gonna beat them. Vegas is gonna beat them.
Agree. Versus Tennessee.
Tennessee beats them.
Agree. Versus Philly.
Philly's gonna beat them, but it's gonna be a good game.
I
I think this
disagree
is gonna be a
strongly
blowout.
with that, actually. I think it's a blowout. I think Philly blows them out. Thursday night games tend to be not great games to watch because of blowouts and shit, and I think that's definitely one of those games. Like I can see them going up like 30-7, and then be like the fourth quarter is still left to play or something, and they got to start pulling starters out. I can see
I
Philly
trust
winning those
David.
games.
I'll tell you this straight up. I trust Davis Mills throwing the ball more than I trust Jalen Hurts.
I trust Jalen Hurts as a more of an all around quarterback, because Jalen Hurts can still get it done with his legs.
Yes, and that's what he's going to have to get it done with that week. Maybe this whole year, but I'll leave that alone.
At New York Giants.
Now, that's a toss-up game. And that's the definition of a toss-up game for me. Uh, Fuck it. I'm gonna take the Texans.
I agree. Versus Washington.
Yeah, Washington. I think that defensive line is going to come back, like you said.
At Miami.
They lose to Miami. They're going to lose to Miami.
I agree. Versus Cleveland.
They'll lose to Cleveland.
Agreed. At Dallas.
Sadly enough, Dallas will win this game.
Agreed. Versus Kansas City.
Bro, that last one just pissed me off. Kansas City's going to win.
At Tennessee.
Tennessee wins.
Versus Jacksonville again.
This is the one where I say Jacksonville gets them.
This is actually the one I say Texans win this game.
Okay, so we flip flop. Okay.
At Indianapolis to end the season.
I think we both got them losing here.
Correct. All right. So I don't think I think we both predicted like 3 wins off of this.
I think I got 4 or 5.
I don't see them going anywhere. I think they still need to keep getting talent and drafting well. Hopefully they'll be good in like 3 years.
Short and Jacksonville. Or no. I got 4 wins, I think. Around 4 wins. Yeah, 4 wins.
You got any last things to say about the Texans?
Y'all better stop sleeping on the Texans. I know their ownership and shit is terrible, but I better stop sleeping on this talent on this team. That's what I'm gonna say.
The thing is, Darren, I think niggas need to stay sleep on the Texans. They don't need to set their alarm. like set your alarm for 3 years from now. That's what I would say. Set your alarm for 3 years from now. Because a talent is great. I don't think talent wins you football games in the NFL. You got
But
to have a bunch of talent and then put it together with a great game plan. So I would say stay sleep on the Texans. You don't even have to hit the snooze button, bro. I'm just saying, set it that shit for 3 years.
but isn't it good that these young pieces, Davis Mills, uh, John Michie, Eco Collins, and Derek Stingley, isn't it good that they're going to go through these growing pains? So when the time do come, they're going to be elite talents.
Correct. You got to build from somewhere, and these can definitely be the building blocks to get there someday. But that someday isn't today. Stay sleep.
I agree.
Stay sleep.
I agree.
Anything to you have anything to wrap up with the Texans? Any last words?
I'm excited for this offense. The more I look at it, bro, I'm so excited to see Davis Mills, but I'm really excited to see Marlon Mack back, bro. I did not think he was going to be the starter running back, too. Did you think that?
I didn't know he was even on the Texans until we saw
Me
this depth
neither.
chart
Till
right
we just
now.
pulled this up. That's why I got so excited at the beginning of this. But yeah, that's all I could say, man. I'm just excited for this offense. Marlon Mack and Davis Mills specifically.
You can say you're excited from the offense, and I guess the offense is exciting, the potential of it, but this offense is one injury away from being the worst team in the league.
Mm,
If that's Brandon Cooks, if that's
bro,
John Michie,
we
if that's Davis Mills, if that's one of their linemen, they're one
we gotta
injury
have
away.
that discussion one day. We have got to have that discussion because when I tell you the Seahawks look bad to me, the Giants don't look good to me. Those teams look like they could be the worst teams in the league. That's the way I look at it. Jacksonville, they still trying to get their shit figured out. Carolina, that offensive line is just horrid. So I don't know.
Well, we'll definitely find out this year. Make sure you guys let us know what you guys think of the Texans. How many games do you have them winning this year? Who do you guys look forward to seeing the most on this team? Is it John Michie? Is it their running game? Is it Derek Stingley Jr. and his matchups at corner this year? Let us know in the comment section down below. Until next time, make sure you guys like and subscribe down below as well. And we'll see you guys next time when we do the Jacksonville Jaguars. Peace out.
Peace, y'all.